Court at Loddon Valley, and also celebrating 25 years, having formed in 1997. Rockets entering their 26th season, and it will be Jackson that wins the tip for the Rockets. Lewis champion in the early pick and roll. Dixon looking inside, and Jordan Jackson gets that one to go.
I think with Team USA Select having only two real big players, attacking Faust and Roberts is going to be a real key.
Absolutely. Rockets going to the pick and roll early as John Javes gets to the bucket quite easily for two. Cracknell stops and pops off the pick and roll, but way off there. The three ball is fired up, but no good from Rashid Faust as Dixon brings the ball up for the Rockets. Some features of the Rockets this year, Josh, definitely going to be surrounded by the pick and roll in offense, but Coach Nurazadeh really looking to play in transition as well. As Cracknell takes the baseline jumper and gets it to go for two.
Yeah, I think with early pre-season, you won't have too much in the playbook just yet, as you said, so continue to pick and roll, finding out what players can do under pressure.
Absolutely. Team USA looking to go inside. Jordan Jackson doing a good job of denying the ball in. Darius Cook can't play one-on-one. Good defense by the Rockets as Team USA fire up a long two-point shot from Matthew McLean on the buzzer to tie the game at 4. Jordan Jackson with the friendly roll gets the three ball to go.
It's great to see that confidence straight away from Jordan.
Lewis champion, quite aggressive on the ball, but gets called for the foul. First one of the game. Rockets with a 3-point lead, 7-4. And baseline out of bounds for the select team. And a 5-second violation is called against Team USA. Great defense by the Rockets, not allowing the ball in and taking real pride there, Josh.
Oh, great to see that.
What it's also great to see is we've got a packed house here at Loddon Valley for this very first friendly game as Dixon and Porter play within the pick and roll. But Porter can't get it to go. Rockets will keep possession on the end line. But I think the officials have changed their mind and they've given the ball to the USA selecting. So Rockets will be looking to keep up their tough defense early on in this first quarter.
Yeah, let's see if Lewis can adjust his distance here. He's been beaten a couple of times early.
Yeah, the switch on the pick and roll allowed a three-point shot, but Rockets playing in transition. Champion turns it over, looking for Jordan Jackson. As Team USA go inside, find the mismatch early, and Rashid Faust gets it to go and one. Ben Dixon's charged with that one, and we will have one free throw to see if the game can be tied at 7.
I think the Americans will be incredibly happy. 3 passes, a layup and one. Really unselfish basketball.
Yeah, good early ball movement and something that will be good for the Rockets to have to play against early on in their pre-season as Faust gets the free throw to bringing the ball up for the Rockets as they look to play in their horn set. Porter drives and gets it to go at the rim for 2. Champion just gets beaten to the middle by John Javes, who gets it to go. We're tied at 9 with 7 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised if that matchup gets changed.
4s and 5s. Porter tries to get it to Jordan Jackson, but can't get it to go. Turnover by USA selectors. They try to save the ball. Rockets playing in transition. Bit of a scrappy one here as Team USA steal the ball. And Rashid Forst lays it in for 2 as Team USA have their first lead of the ball game, 9 points to 11. Dixon to Porter for the baby baseline jumper, gets it to go, ties the game at 11.
We've seen some really nice paces from Rockets on offense. They're really not settled, and they've got themselves some great shots. Finley's looking also very skilled. Footwork in the post, mid-range. It'd be interesting if he's got a three-point shot in the toolkit as well.
Yeah, impressive so far as Rockets take the rebound, and Cracknell goes inside to Jackson, who gets fouled. And we're going to see a couple of changes for both teams as the foul is called on John Brennan. That's foul number 1 for him. And Jemiah Jenkins and Isaac Round will come in for the Rockets. And Cole Roberts will check in for Team USA. Isaac Round coming into the game, only 17 years of age. Had some Division 1 experience last year. Has had a summer with the Great Britain under-18 team, captaining that team. What's your thoughts and expectations for this young man this year, Josh?
He's not going to be phased. I think this is an opportunity for him just to really be himself and get involved and be a senior player and part of the rotation. I'm really excited to see Isaac in this situation.
One of the prominent features of Samit Nurizade's teams is he always plays his younger players. Luke Nelson back in the day, when he was 16, 17 years of age. So good news for Round as Jordan Jackson makes both free throws to put the Rockets up 13-11. The pull-up foul line jumper is good. Matthew McLean draining that one. Jenkins with the lob inside to Jordan Jackson. 15 plays 13 midway through this first quarter. Quite a high scoring game so far, Josh.
Absolutely. I think in early doors we're seeing what we haven't been able to scout, so there's no self-scout going on. I think players are going to learn through the first half who they're dealing with from the defensive side of the game.
Absolutely. As John Brennan checks out the game for Team USA. Ashley Kitchen, another one of the Rockets Academy EABL under-19 players coming into the game. So Rockets going with some youth. And it'd be great to see Ashley Kitchen, to see what he can do on the floor.
Absolutely.
Pick and roll with Round and Jackson. Troy Cracknell having to pull the trigger at the end of the shot clock. Can't connect. And a tough one inside there as Cole Roberts cleans up the glass and lays it in for 2, tied at 15.
USA select in a minute, finding it a little bit easier to get the shots they want.
Jenkins is off on the three-point attempt, but Cracknell making the hustle play and getting the ball back for the Rockets. Chandre Cheatham is coming into the game for Team USA Select. And it looks like the Rockets will also make a change. Finn Porter has only had a very short rest, but Jordan Jackson's first 6 minutes are up. Pretty impressed with him so far.
Absolutely. I think with Danny Carter being injured at the moment, we're going to have to see Ash Kitchen and Finley really play a lot of the 4 and the 5, as Jordan might better play 40 minutes, but really good opportunity for them.
Absolutely. Kitchen missed that one, but Finn Porter was there to clean up the glass as that man again, Rashad Feist, puts it in for 2. 17 apiece. Isaac Round fires the 3-ball, just doesn't get it to go. Jenkins smart in transition there. But Isaac Round commits the foul. Matthew McLean aggressively goes to the rim and will get 2 shots. So we're going to see Reece Pinnock check into the game for the first time. Josh, 3rd season with the Rockets. Pretty impressive season last season. What are you hoping for him this year?
I think I really want to see Reece build on things. You know, he's one of the best defensive guards in the league last season, but he averages sort of 12, 13 points a game. I think he's got an opportunity to continue to be that best defender, but also maybe add up the points tally sort of to 15, 16 mark, and he's got the capability of hitting, you know, a couple of threes a game. He can be an incredibly dangerous player for us.
Yeah, definitely. Reece Pinnock, one of the leading defenders in the league, and will really suit Nurizade's way of playing, as Matthew McLean goes 0 from 2 from the line. Jenkins will try again and will connect this time. Jemiah Jenkins with the 3-ball. Rockets moving the ball pretty well in this first quarter.
Yeah, the ball's not sticking.
Kitchen, tough matchup for him as Cole Roberts barrels his way to the basket. Kitchen can only foul and will have another 2 shots, as John Javes is going to check back into the game for Team USA. But with just over 3 minutes left in this first quarter, Coach Nurizade has called timeout. Rockets 20-17 to the good. What do you think he'll be talking over during this timeout, Josh?
I think the main thing he's going to be talking about will be defensive transition. We've not done the best job converting offense to defense, and we're also allowing the ball inside rather quickly. So I think he'll probably be looking at those 2 things.
Absolutely. Interior defense, something that the Rockets will need to be really good with this year. A couple of very strong teams in the league. So if we just turn our attention to the Division 1 season, which will be commencing in a couple of weeks with a trophy, who do you see as being main contenders in the league this year?
I mean, Worthing, Derby have put up some incredible rosters in this off-season. I think those 2 are the 2 teams to beat. How about yourself?
I think the Hemel Storm are going to be a really tough outfit. Not only do they have probably one of the best players in the league in Taylor Johnson, Hakeem Silla has moved there as well. Probably one of the best, most effective bigs in the league. So I think they'll be really dangerous. But I agree with you about the Thunder. They put a very good roster together. Orlan Jackman sort of leading the way there under Zaire Taylor's leadership. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very competitive league. I think I agree with you about Derby Trailblazers. Matt Shaw always puts a great roster together. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting league this year. But I'm very much looking forward to teams coming to visit Loddon Valley. I think it'll be a tough place to play. It's great to see, as I say, a packed crowd in here with more seating available, which is good. As Cole Roberts makes both his free throws to make it a 1-point game. Jenkins can't find the rolling Kitchen, and it goes out of bounds. There's that interior play again.
Yeah, I think Rockets have really got to focus on forcing this USA select team into shooting. At the moment, they're pretty much getting whatever they want close to the basket. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how the Rockets adjust their interior defensive play. Paul Roberts is going to take another trip to the line for 2.
I think this is a great opportunity for Ash Kitchen. We're going to need him to be able to play the 3, the 4 this season, and he's going to get matchups which maybe he doesn't have on the weight side of him, but I think tenacity can solve a lot of those issues. So I'm looking forward to seeing him grow in that area.
1 from 2 as Kitchen gets the ball taken out of his hands, and Team USA will have another go. So they look to enter inside, and Finn Porter is charged with another foul. So that's forced Coach Nurizade into another change. Jordan Jackson will come back into the game. Finn Porter picking up foul number 2. Team USA making a couple of changes as well. Akeem Craig and Darius Cook are in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Coach Sam is thinking about the double yet, but that might have to happen if we can't single coverage match up with the USA team at the moment.
Early days in the Rockets pre-season. They got together last week on Tuesday. So Coach Nurizadeh has about 4 or 5 practices with the guys before they're on the floor, ready for action. Kitchen does get the rebound this time as Team USA go 1 from 2 and hold a 1-point advantage with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Pinnock within the pick and roll doesn't get the layup to go, falls back to Kitchen. Jackson playing out the high post. Rockets with the shot clock winding down. Jenkins pulls the trigger, finds the back of the iron, but Rockets keep the ball alive. Jenkins will go again and will connect.
It's looking like Jemiah's got the green light, absolutely confident with his shot, and from what I've seen early on, he's going to have an exciting year with us.
Absolutely, well, averaging nearly 22 points in the NIAA. Excellent effort by the Rockets shooter.
I'm loving his tenacity on ball and off ball as well. He's really committing to his defense.
Pinnock disrupts the post-entry pass as the Rockets come again. Great transition as Jackson jams it home for 2. Great transition by the Rockets. Team USA going through the post again, and it's that man number 34. As an offensive foul is called against Reese Pinnock. Pinnock driving to the basket there in transition. Rockets with a 2-point lead with just over a minute left in this first quarter. Coach Nurizadeh ringing the changes. Troy Cracknell and Lewis Champion returning for the EABL duo of Ashley Kitchen and Isaac Round. And Rockets force the turnover, and that really will please Coach Nurizadeh after the offensive foul.
Absolutely, it's great to get it back quickly.
Jenkins can't get it to go all the way to the rack, but Jordan Jackson is there again and puts it in for 2. And it's another turnover by USA Select. Rockets will get the ball from the sideline.
I think Jordan's really showing why he's a little bit of a matchup nightmare. The defenders are not sure whether he's rolling, whether he's popping. It's a great dynamic for the Rockets team this year.
Yeah, good to see so far as John Brennan's coming back into the game for Team USA. Rockets will have the ball on the baseline. Jenkins off on the pull-up jumper. And Team USA looking to enter the ball to the low post in transition, but Rockets managed to regain possession. About an 11-second difference between game clock and shot clock. As Rockets lead by 4, 27 plays 23. Pinnock couldn't quite find Jackson there. USA playing in transition, and they get it to go off the glass for 2.
Not sure if Lewis has seen the clock.
Clock winding down as Jenkins fires one. And a foul has been called on the buzzer. Jeremiah Jenkins looks like he will go to the foul line to shoot 3. The referees are just checking in with the table. It's almost like VAR, but without VAR, Josh. A lot of controversy with VAR at the moment. What have the referees decided? They're taking their time. So we're still waiting for a decision. The quarter has in fact ended. The buzzer has gone. There's no time left in this first quarter. Rockets are leading 27-25. Jeremiah Jenkins is waiting on the free throw line.
And we had Bailey trying to start our end of quarter game competition. I think he was sent away.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. So a foul has been called on 9 White, except there isn't any 9 White on the court, so it must be 29. So that's John Brennan, if that is the case. So we're okay, the call's been changed to number 26, Chandra Cheatham, and as a result of that, we will have 3 shots to end this first quarter. Took a long time to get there, but we've got there.
I think it's important to get it right. Referees showed patience to get the decision they wanted.
Absolutely, and it looks like 1 second has been also put back onto the game clock, hence the players lining up. Nothing like a bit of confusion to start the season, but as you say, important to get the right outcome. Players, coaches, officials, all in the early stages of their pre-season. So the referee's just explaining to the 2 head coaches. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we will have 3 shots. And then, Josh, we'll be able to talk about other things other than what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I'm looking forward to, because I'm looking forward to asking you some questions on the club as a whole this year. But we will wait and see Jenkins take his 3 free throws as he cashes the first. Not the prettiest looking shot I've seen.
No, it's definitely not textbook.
But effective. Now I say that, could be the commentator's curse. He's made the second. So if he goes 3 from 3, then the Rockets were going to have 30 in the first quarter. A very, very high scoring first quarter as well.
Well, there we
3
go.
from 3, and we will see that 1 second out. And that will do us for the first quarter. So Rockets pour in 30 points to 25. We've seen 55 points in the first quarter, Josh. Just summarise your thoughts so far.
I think in terms of the fact that, both coaches have had limited practice time, to put up this sort of scoring is fantastic, and it's almost a bit of a litmus test now. We can score this easily with this little practice. What we're going to look like after a month's worth of training.
Yeah, let's see. So as the quarter interval is upon us, and as you said, Coach Bailey the Boom Tustin gets the crowd going. Let's just talk about this season. So we're here today as well to celebrate 25 years of the Rockets, and you've been involved for a long time. Some might say a dinosaur of the club. I'm sure that'll get a laugh from Mark Hellwood, who unfortunately couldn't join us today, but will be back on comms. Don't you worry, Rockets fans and fans around the league. But yeah, it's really good to see so many teams, 17 teams running this season. What's your thoughts for the junior club, especially this year, Josh?
I think it's just incredible to have that many teams going, and the fact that our community club is actually probably twice the size of our actual National League club just is incredible fruits of 25 years of hard work. And we're starting to see so many players coming through our programs to be elite performers. It's just fantastic, and we're seeing that with the senior men's and women's teams having 30% of their groups made up of our own players.
Absolutely, a great point there. And this young lady's actually just walking past us, Steph Johnson, who's in charge of our community programme, doing an absolutely fantastic job, as you say. You've just been appointed head of boys basketball. What's that role going to entail for you this season?
I think mentoring, supporting, guiding our boys coaches to make sure our players have an incredible experience and, you know, gain as much sort of wealth and growth as they possibly can. It's a really exciting opportunity, and I'm really humbled to be given the opportunity to do that.
Awesome. So will we see another 55 points, Josh? That's the question, as the Rockets will go with Pinnock, champion Dixon in the backcourt. Troy Cracknell looks like he'll have a spell at the 4. Jordan Jackson after a big first quarter. We don't have any stats for today's game, but they will be prominent as ever in the trophy and league games. But I imagine Jordan Jackson has probably reached double figures in that first quarter. The corner 3 is good, and it's that man again, Rashad Faust, who's drained the left corner 3. Pinnock will pull up after his creation and get it to go. Reece Pinnock doing some work in the summer months with the Rockets' new performance coach, Coach Titmus. And the pull-up jumper, a feature of that, so good to see. As the Rockets steal the ball, better post coverage from the team there.
I think Faust is becoming a bit of an automatic bucket, so the extra attention was needed there from Lewis.
Absolutely. Cracknell tries to go all the way to the rim and gets it to go. That's a tough take by Troy Cracknell. And the Rockets scoring continues. They're leading 34-28 after the first minute of action in this second quarter. Pinnock is going to pick up foul number 2, I believe. He picked up an offensive foul earlier in the game.
It's always interesting observing what contact's allowed away from the basket and at the basket.
Absolutely. And there he goes again. It's another 3. And he's telling the crowd about it as well.
Yeah, I think Jordan's got a game on his hands now.
Absolutely. 34 plays 31. Well, Horn's flare set as Cracknell comes off, but he's long on that 3-point attempt.
Troy doing a fantastic job there.
3-point attempt is off this time. He's gone cold, Josh, would you believe? As Rockets looking to play through the low post in transition. Jackson unable to find the pass out. Couple of changes. Matthew McLean coming back in for Team USA. Ashley Kitchens is going to get another run out for the Rockets. Reece Pinnock coming out with 2 personal fouls, but some good perimeter defence, Josh. Yeah,
absolutely. I think both coaches are doing a great job rotating their benches, just making sure the energy is high. We're seeing a really fast-paced game so far.
Jackson was off on the foul line jumper. As Team USA looking to play through the pick and roll. Tough pull-up jumper from the baseline is good. John Brennan with the slider. And we've got a 1-point game again. 34 playing 33. Finn Porter looks like he's going to be checking back into the game for the Rockets. So Champion drives to the rack and gets fouled. John James picks up that one. Finn Porter does indeed come into the game. Chandre Cheatham is coming back in. And thought you were pointing out a stat about Lewis Champion there. Just tell us about that.
Well, he's starting this season top 10 in NBL history in points, assists, and 3 points made. I think that's an incredible statistic based on the fact he spent quite a lot of his career in the BBL.
Yeah, the former Bristol Flyers player also had spells at Thames Valley Cavaliers, but he's one of our own, as the chant would go. Lewis Champion joining the Rockets at 9 years old. Absolutely amazing to see him back in the team. His second season back with the club. As Rashad Feist is going to sit down, probably having over half his team's points, as Champion went 1 from 2 from the line. Cole Roberts trying to pick up the mantle, playing through the post as he gets the lefty hook to go. Rockets still finding that a challenge as the game is tied at 35.
Yeah, Roberts and Faust just showing some fantastic low post ability at the moment.
Cracknell with another tough pull-up. Can't get it to go. Rockets a little bit stagnant on offense in the last couple of possessions. Porter trying super hard to body Cole Roberts up. Cole Roberts is going to play him one-on-one. And he gets it to go. That's a tough, tough play as the USA team lead by 2. Cracknell playing high pick and roll with Porter, who shoots the foul line jumper, short on that one. Rockets finding buckets more difficult to come by as the pull-up three-pointer from Darius Cook is good. And
Coach Sammet's called a timeout.
He has indeed. That has forced Coach Nurizadeh into timeout. Rockets with their biggest deficit of the game, 35 playing 40, with just under 6 minutes to go.
I think USA Select being incredibly deliberate in their offense, finding their key guys, and until we're able to solve that problem, I would imagine they're going to keep going there.
Absolutely. Rockets in a little bit of foul trouble, so a little bit light on the floor at the moment. So if we look ahead to the season, Josh, we've got our second men's team are back with us, our Division 3 team, and they're made up of some local players and some of our academy players, our third-year players. Very exciting team, very young team. I had the opportunity to coach them in their first pre-season session on Friday. What do you think that's important to have a nursery team to this team?
I think the jump at times from under 18 Premier EABL to Division 1 can be quite vast at times, and I think what Division 3 gives you is a physicality and experience, very experienced players in Division 3, and I think it's important to have that opportunity to bridge the gap, so I think I'm really excited to have that back.
Yes, absolutely, and I think a real important feature and good to see some of the Division 3 players stay on and watch the Division 3 men as Champion, Dixon, Cracknell, Porter and Kitchen return to the court. Coach Nurizadeh has used both his timeouts with just under 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Team USA
press here.
Yeah, with a little 1-2-2 press. Rockets seem to navigate that one pretty well.
Yeah, USA Select throwing some nice challenges to Rockets in their first game. Troy showing he's got a really good handle on him, able to get to the rim.
Yeah, Cracknell very much enjoying playing downhill to get to the rim. 2 shots will follow. Good signs early on from the Rockets' number 9.
Absolutely. I think having the ability to get to the rim as well as shoot is going to be really important for him in how he builds his total.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a great lesson for younger players, not just having one facet, but being able to score from different points of the court, at the rim, on the pull-up and from the perimeter. A very hard matchup for teams if you can execute.
Oh, great point, great point. Nice to see Rockets here applying the same similar pressure. Only 4 to 5 seconds, cool, very close there from Troy.
Yeah, a bit of full court pressure after Cracknell reduced the arrears to 3 as Isaac Round will come back into the game. Really good to see Coach Nurizadeh rotating 2 of his EABL players. that man again.
Finley is getting a lesson at the moment in post defence.
Absolutely. Rockets probably not focused too much on that in their pre-season. Nevertheless, a good challenge for them as Cracknell pulls up for 3 off the pick and roll. Can't quite get it to go. Out of bounds is the call. Midway through this second quarter, 37 plays 42. And approaching the half-time break, Nurizade will be thinking about some of the things to talk over with his team during the interval.
Absolutely. Still 5 minutes to go. Scoring has definitely slowed down from both squads. I say that.
Say that as the pull-up jumper from John Brennan goes, as Team USA with their biggest lead of the game at 7, 37 plays 44. As Champion and Cracknell playing within the horn set. Rockets will keep the ball. One of the things I think is really important for the Rockets is, especially for Isaac Round and Ashley Kitchen, they're confident in taking their shots. Round pretty open on there.
I was about to say, if you'd seen Isaac in EBL, that'd have been a pull-up, and I think he's got to do exactly the same things with this Division 1 men's team.
Absolutely. Cracknell is taking that load at the moment as he drives to the rim and gets fouled again. Very versatile player is Troy Cracknell. As we said before, played in NCAA Division 2 last year for Augusta. Averaged 12.6 points, but I would imagine will probably average a few more than that as Jemiah Jenkins comes back in for captain Ben Dixon. Heard from Ben Dixon today just before the game. He's very upbeat about the season. Very much looking forward to his 4th season with the club.
I think it's incredibly important to retain core players, and Ben being a captain will be able to really help guide this young group this year.
Absolutely, you make a great point there. I think success in most leagues, in most teams, is can you keep your core players, and I think that's something that the Rockets have struggled with in the past few seasons. Troy Cracknell makes both of his free throws. Paul Roberts is back in, so they've gone for the Twin Towers here, Josh. Give the Rockets a few more problems down in the post.
Absolutely have. Be interested to see if they can get the ball over into the half court, how they're able to find the post.
Another tough move, Rashad Foss gets it to go.
He's definitely going to be putting his mixtape together after this one.
Absolutely. If teams are on the lookout for an effective big, I think that's definitely one there as a really great save. Leads to a foul in transition and one. Foul is charged to Isaac Round. That will be foul number 2.
Yeah, without having the live stats, it's difficult to know quite how many points he's got. I'm looking forward to looking at the box score at half-time to see where he's at. I wouldn't be surprised if he's around the 20-point mark.
Absolutely. Jordan Jackson's coming back into the game. And Coach Nurizade just talking things over with Finn Porter. He's had a real tough time in the low post, but it's a team game, Josh. The team's got to defend that action together, so I'm sure that'll be something the Rockets will be speaking about during the interval. And the and one shot is good. The 3-point play is made, and we have a 10-point ball game. It's been quick for Team USA. They've kept their scoring up, and the Rockets have slowed down a bit. Cracknell pulls the trigger, but's off. Jenkins will rebound for the Rockets. Cracknell, wide open pull-up, foul line jumper. Gets it to go for 2.
I'd like to see us get Jemiah in a couple more actions. He showed some real promise before he was taken off.
Absolutely, Cracknell having to defend the interior, but a foul is called on the drive. So the foul has been called. 12 was shown, but 7 was said, so we'll just need to clarify that one.
We know defensive intensity is one of the kind of hallmarks of Samet, and he's definitely seeing us trying to defend up it's just getting that scout a bit right with our distance, I think, there for Lewis.
Absolutely, and Shaquille O'Neal's checked out of the game. Sorry, Rashard Fast after his excellent play there. Ben Dixon's coming in for the Rockets, and 2 shots will happen as the Rockets crowd making some noise.
It's great to see such a full house here.
Yeah, brilliant to see so many of the Rockets junior players coming to support the Division 1 men's team and check out the action and see what's ahead of them, hopefully. 2 from 2 restores the 10-point lead for Team USA. Jackson can't get it to go inside, but a nice little action there. Jenkins coming off the back screen straight into the pick and roll, finding Jackson on the roll. And the Rockets will retain possession with 3 minutes left in this first half. First game of pre-season. Cracknell will fire again, but he's well off with that one.
Great speed by Team USA here.
Yeah, foul was called on the pass, but what a pass that was. Ben Dixon is charged with the foul. Rockets had 1 more to give. Dixon picks up foul number 2, baseline ball to Team USA. And the long 2 is off, a rare miss for Team USA as Rockets look to trim the gap before the halftime interval. Jenkins pulls up and gets the 3 ball to go. Looks at the crowd and 1. Incredible from Jemiah Jenkins. He will go to the foul line to look for the 4-point play. And Thorny, you said about him, sorry to cut you off, you said about him being in a few actions, and that's why.
He looks like an absolute firecracker. I think the Rockets group are definitely learning about each other, as you said, only 4 training sessions, but Jemiah's definitely like a shot maker, really exciting prospect.
Absolutely, and you can see somebody that moves very well off the ball. I think that's been a bit of a feature in that lull of scoring for the Rockets, a little bit stagnant away from the ball. Early on, really good ball movement off the ball, but Jenkins definitely sort of promotes that. Excellent with the ball so far.
Absolutely.
Joaquin Craig is coming in for Team USA.
I think Team USA is switching a lot defensively, and we've really got to look to exploit some of those mismatches.
Absolutely. Ashley Kitchen is waiting to come in, but we'll have to wait until Jenkins' free throw. Can he make a big 4-point play here for the Rockets? He can indeed. Ashley Kitchen, Team USA trying to go long, as they say, but Kitchen will come in for Cracknell. And a 6-point game, a little bit better for the Rockets with 2 minutes 24. They'll be hoping to trim that deficit a little bit more. Rockets with a full court press on here, Josh. Yeah,
absolutely. We're doubling off the ball, just trying to get the ball out of the main guard's hands. And I think we forced a turnover here. Oh, maybe not.
A couple of seconds off the clock. Good pressure from the Rockets in the full court.
Absolutely.
That is how to break the press, and I think a feature, I remember watching your under-16s training session a few weeks ago, getting behind the line of the ball, you were saying. Kitchen just got caught out there, which led to a foul in transition and 2 shots to Team USA.
No, absolutely. I think we saw Ben go a little bit too high, which created a 2v1 for USA select, and I think we've got to keep with the pressure, but maybe sometimes it's not about stealing the ball, but about slowing the other team down.
For those of you wondering where Matt Johnson is, he's here. He's taking a picture of us at the moment. I don't know why, but I'm sure he will feature at some point this season. I know you are desperate to hear from him as Jordan Jackson goes and gets a massive rebound. Both free throws missed as the Rockets look to trim the deficit further. Jenkins all the way to the rack for 2. 4-point game, Jemiah Jenkins. And a bit of a tough one, and one that Isaac Round will definitely have to think about. Foul number 3, and with the Rockets in a penalty, another 2 shots.
I was going to say, a lesson for some of our younger players watching at the moment. Time situation and score is really important. The pressure from Isaac was great. The situation was we don't want to be fouling though. And we've just given Team USA a very easy 2 free throws.
Absolutely, and as we celebrate 25 years, I've just spotted in the crowd one of Rockets' very first players, along with Matt Johnson, who's not nearly in his 60s, believe it or not, is Evan York. Really good to see Ev here. And the scary thing, Josh, is Ev's son Lucas is coming to the academy this year. He's doing a 3rd year with us, so it goes to show how old we are as well.
Absolutely. And an incredible leap there with 27.
Yeah, great rebound by Jordan Jackson, though, under immense pressure there. Both free throws missed. It's a 4-point game as Jenkins pulls the trigger. Can't get the roll to go.
Well, these rims look very lively.
Yeah, we can have a discussion on double rims soon. As
fantastic job by Ashley there. We need to see him sticking in doing that sort of stuff.
Dixon will pull the trigger in transition, but he can't get it to go after the Darius Cook missed layup. Coach Nurizade working on his defensive tactics. Great defense from Reese Pinnock. That's really top defense from the Rockets. But Jordan Jackson, getting a little bit excited, commits the foul. Excellent on-ball defense by Pinnock. Great stand by Jordan Jackson to start with.
Absolutely. I think we're seeing a real relentless approach by Team USA to get to the rim, but we've seen a change in our attitude towards that on-ball defending, a re-showing of how it's done right there.
Absolutely. We've seen 98 points in this first half so far. A barn burner, some might say. If Hellwood was here, he would be chipping in with that, no doubt. 2 free throws are to come for Team USA. We've got 1 minute and 13 seconds. The scoreboard is not the easiest to see here at Loddon Valley. But teething problems, that's what I'm told, Josh. Team USA finding the foul line not their friend at the moment. Have missed their last 5 free throws. And Paul Roberts looking to stop the Rock with this one as he gets it to go. 47 plays 52.
Interesting to see USA Select taking off the press. I was expecting that to come after that made free throw.
Kitchen turns one down. Jenkins goes inside to Jackson. Jackson loses the ball, and we're just under 1 minute left as Team USA come again. The missed jumper is no good. That's an incredible athletic rebound by Jacqueline Craig.
He looks like a very good athlete.
Jenkins rejects the screen and goes all the way to the rack for 2 to trim the deficit to 3. 20 seconds left. Shot clock's off.
A nice open corner action there by Rockets. Jemiah showing how he can get to the basket as well as pull up.
The 3 ball is well off, and we have 4 seconds left in the first half. Rockets will have the ball 3 down. Coach Nurizade quite animated on the court, back in his playing days. And out of bounds is the call. We've got 0.6 seconds remaining.
I think coach is wishing he had that timeout left now.
Yeah, he's also wishing he could set one of his dirty screens that he set many, many moons ago when he played for the Manchester Magic. Nurizadeh, a handful on and off the court.
Absolutely. I think supporters are going to love seeing his work on the sideline.
Absolutely.
Just as much referees are going to love seeing him as well.
Kitchen will throw up a prayer, and that'll do us for the first half, Josh. 49 plays 52. Very high scoring game. Maybe to be expected or not expected, I'm not really sure. But what are your thoughts going into this half-time interval? What do you think, first of all, Team USA will be chatting about?
I think they'll be incredibly happy with the efforts they've had offensively, pretty much getting whatever they want. I don't think they'll be as happy defensively in letting Rockets get to 49. Neither coach will ever be happy giving up 50 at half-time. So I think both coaches will be having similar conversations about defence.
Yeah, and specifically, Coach Nurizadeh will be working with his team, I would imagine, on the post coverage and maybe some shot selection for transition as well. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I felt they didn't have a very Rockets did a pretty good job creating shots on offense. We missed a lot of open looks, but yeah, defensively, absolutely. How can we recognise where the advantage is for the offense and take it away without requiring additional tactics such as doubling?
Absolutely. So we're just entering a 15-minute half-time interval. We'll be back with about 3 minutes to go before the second half, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the Rockets Division 1 women's team and their programme this year. Very excited to see what they can do in the league this year after a tough season last season. So get yourselves a cup of tea, go and put your feet up, and then come back for some great second half action. Okay, welcome back. We have, well, I've had a lovely break. I've had a Coke Zero, so I've really pushed the boat out. What about you, Josh? Looked after your daughter, I think.
Yeah, bottle of water, made sure my daughter was all good to go, and yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. One of the refs has just come up to see us. Guys have come back from the referees conference, so I hope that's gone well to all our officials in the country. So, Josh, let's talk about the Division 1 women. Tough season last season. Found the going with the pretty young squad difficult. Added a couple of players, senior players, to the roster this year. What's your kind of, having coached the women's team in the past, what's your feeling on what they can do and areas they probably need to work on?
Well, from speaking with Coach Luque, they've recruited more seniors than they've ever had before, and he's incredibly excited to not just give development opportunities to our WEABL players, but to have senior players who've played in the States playing in Division 1. So I think it's going to be really exciting, and they've got chances to be competitive this year.
So the captain Candela, as we'll call her, back for her 5th season. What a person, what a character, first and foremost. She's been doing some great work behind the scenes with the social media team as well, and has really invested. And I think that's so important. I think one of Rocket's very first American players, Ted Smith, kind of was the spark to that team when he stayed here for 5 years. Ryan Lofink, another one who had quite a long career with the Rockets, and was in Coach Titmus's 36-0 season, which he will always mention if you see him, for those listening. So yeah, going back to Kando, you think what do you think about her and the importance of having her within the group?
I think it's incredibly important. She's been through the tough times, but she knows what we're about as a club, what we need to bring to be a professional in that league, and she's going to be one of the star players as well. So I think she'll kind of be able to lead by example.
Absolutely, and she will also be involved this year in coaching some of the under-18 games with new signing Lindsay Cleary and obviously Coach Luque. I think that's brilliant. More female role models in the game. What's your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I'd love to see more of our current female players getting back into coaching, and not just necessarily coaching girls, but coaching boys as well. They've got so much to bring. In one of my first years coaching, I had the blessings of coaching Claire Matham, and I think I'd love to see Claire back in the game coaching. She's going to have so much to bring to anybody.
Absolutely. So we're just a couple of minutes from tip. We've just got the officials coming to talk to us, so we're just going to have a listen to them. That was just the officials just briefing us. In my dual role, Josh, of kind of managing the event as well as commentating today. I'm just told one of the USA players has just arrived and needs a couple of minutes to warm up. So that's a unique one for us. Hopefully he's not just flown in from the States.
I'm just wondering if he's the chap just trying to do a windmill.
Quite possibly, but on the USA team, it's absolutely amazing and awesome, and I'm going to use all the big words to see Sean Kilmartin here. I think Sean's travelled with the Team USA select team for the last goodness knows how many years, still as vibrant and enthusiastic as ever. What do you think a person like that does to any programme, Josh?
I think it just uplifts it, it helps it build, that loyalty, that trust, that commitment, those sort of values really will come through into the individuals involved in the programme.
Yeah, I know our director of basketball, Matt Johnson, had some time out in the States with him, and Troy Cracknell and Jemiah Jenkins both coming through the Team USA Select programme. So fabulous that they've joined us here today. Team USA, just to give a bit of a background on them, they have a long old tour. They have I think it's about 40 to 50 players that go around Europe playing in different games, and some of them are able to pick up some teams along the way. But it's such a wonderful organisation, and I know we've played them yearly and had some fantastic encounters against them. What's your feelings on that group and what they can bring to the game in this country?
I think it shows everyone involved what level of these players are coming out of college, what level you need to be a professional athlete, and to see them getting those opportunities within our clubs is also fantastic. But I think it also shows you that the top level clubs in this country can be at that level, and I think that's really important, that we do a great job in this country in our Division 1 and in the BBL.
Absolutely, and I know that's a hot topic at the moment in terms of development and stuff going on in British basketball, and we'll touch upon that later on. But we're going to start this second half, and the Rockets are going to line up with Jenkins, Champion, Cracknell, Kitchen and Jackson. So Ash Kitchen getting the call up in this third quarter. Looks like he'll be playing the 4 spot.
Yeah, if he's guarding Faust, he's going to get a really good opportunity to have to be an elite defender.
Yeah, Faust had a feast in the first half. And let's see how that pans out in this second half, as Rockets will have the first possession. Jenkins, great penetration, dishes to Champion for the 3 ball, ties the game at 52 early in the third quarter.
Coach Sam will be incredibly happy with that play out of the half.
Ash Kitchen working tremendously hard with his interior defence as Jackson defends. Kitchen gets a piece of it, and Rockets will play in transition. Jenkins open for the 3 ball, and he connects, and it's a big start to this third quarter for the Rockets as Team USA Select call timeout. Well, there we go, Josh. What a start, you have to say. Back-to-back threes from the Rockets. Some tough interior defence and a 3-point lead.
When teams come out with that kind of 1-2 hit, it really challenges your characteristics and see how well you are, the body language. You can see Rockets going in with real positive body language. USA Select challenge there. Be interesting what coach has to say to them.
Very interesting one in terms of coaching and tactics and timeouts there, Josh. Obviously, back-to-back threes, not ideal. Is it too quick of a timeout, or is it something that was needed? What's your thoughts on that in a close game?
In a close game, for me, it's far too early to call this timeout, but we obviously don't know the situation, the journey this team have been on, and coach might have felt maybe he's been in this situation in some of his previous games where they haven't come out right out after a half-time situation. He's had to go to it. Absolutely,
context is key, as we say, and I'm sure that coaches imparted some key messages to Team USA. But a very nice start for the Rockets. You can see Coach Nurazade still talking to his team, very keen to get some points across before they come out and resume this third quarter, as the crowd is very much warming up in this second half.
Absolutely, I think Lewis has got an opportunity this year to average double figures scoring-wise, as does Reese and also Ben. I think we've got these veteran players alongside the sort of imports have got a real opportunity to get our scoreboard ticking over.
If Lewis Champion's a veteran player, then we must be old, Josh, as Team USA will restart us in this third quarter.
He's got 2 children now, he's catching me up.
Absolutely, Ashley Kitchen charged with that foul. Very interesting one, that, because the USA players were speaking to the officials about that. Maybe a little bit of naivety from Kitchen, but what's great to see is he's in there and fighting.
Absolutely, and I think we're also seeing that maybe Faust is a bit of a sensitive foe.
Shot clock winding down as the trigger is pulled, no good. Jordan Jackson can't get that one. Layup is missed as Cracknell gets it, and he will bring it up for the Rockets.
This is the most physical I've seen Ash play with the senior team. Real good growth on display.
Cracknell tries to bang it, but can't get it to go. USA will fire the 3 ball and not connect. Long rebound and half-court offense for our visitors. Jackson gets a piece of it, but Team USA fighting inside, very physical under the basket, and a foul is eventually called.
I think great improvement, though. I think at the start of the game, we were giving up that shot straight away, and the fact we're forcing them third, fourth attempts is a really good sign.
So Lewis Champion charged with the foul as Chandra Cheatham comes into the game for Team USA. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Talking about adjustments, I think from memory and having worked with Coach Samet for a number of years, I think adjustments are something that he's really good at, and he's got a fantastic tactical brain sitting next to him. 50 years experience, Coach Titmus. I mean, that is a coaching dream team, as they say.
It looks like Lewis has picked up his third foul now, so I wouldn't be interested to see if Ben Dixon or Reese is going to come back into the game.
Absolutely, Rockets having to manage their foul situation. 2 from 2 from the line for Roberts. Reduces the deficit to 1. 55 playing 54 here at the LVLC. Rockets no longer at the Mead. Their new home. Jenkins off that down screen. Great curl. Gets it to go for 2. That's a tough make at the rim as Matthew McLean plays downhill in transition. 57-56. The scoring's not stopped, Josh.
No, both teams getting into actions really quickly.
Champion all the way to the rack with the trusted left hand for 2.
What a start from Lewis Champion this quarter. 8 points in 3 minutes.
Kitchen just beaten on the catch there. As another layup goes for Team USA. Jenkins playing pick and roll with Jackson. Kitchen will shoot it and miss, but Jordan Jackson gets a hand to it. And the referees give the ball to Team USA select. And I think that's something that Ashley Kitchen needs to make sure that he is ready to shoot that one. EABL, he's shooting that all the time. So I think that the confidence to be able to shoot the ball when you're open, really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
Cracknell playing in transition. And the ball is held up. A jump ball will be called. Possession arrow in favour of Team USA. Good little moment between Troy Cracknell and Cole Roberts there.
And there's some good teamship on display right here.
Yeah, great to see. They're competing hard, but the respect for one another is really good. As Finn Porter's going to see his first action of this second half. And Ashley Kitchen remains on the floor. Does he? Yep, he does. Jordan Jackson's the one checking out. Ashley Kitchen's put in an absolute shift in the footballing world, as they would say.
I think we're going to see Troy and Ash play a bit of the 3 and the 4 this year.
Absolutely. Joaquin Craig is coming in. Cole Roberts is coming out. Looking like he's seen some tough action on the floor there. 59-58. It's a close one. And that's all you want in these pre-season games. Win or lose, you want the close games.
Absolutely. Both teams have made adjustments at half-time, and we're seeing scoring is not as easy as it was in the first half. We know who the kind of key guys are, and you're seeing that defensive focus.
Talking of sportsmanship, you don't often see this. Out of bounds was called, and the ball was given to the Rockets, and then Coach Nurizade just pointed out to the official it did come off one of his players' feet. I'm not sure he's going to see that in the season, but Rockets will regain possession.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but maybe coaches wanted him to play another possession of defence.
Absolutely, great thinking. And another 3 ball.
It's incredible what confidence does to someone, isn't it?
Absolutely. Lewis Champion sinking another 3 to put the Rockets up 4. And he's come out firing in this third quarter. Cracknell gets charged with the foul. Forced very, very aggressive on the catch.
I think also for some younger people watching, Faust is doing a great job working the officials every time down the floor. He's talking to them. And that will get you calls down the line.
A cynical view, perhaps some may say, but could be very true there from Josh Thorne. As Jordan Jackson manages to get in front this time and steal. And a foul is called on the player. Probably a frustration foul from Force there. And another change for our visitors. John Jay's coming into the game.
Forced on 3 will be an interesting one. Do they want to give him a rest or keep him in the game?
Yep, Cole Roberts currently sitting on the bench, probably ready to come back in. Cracknell, great back cut. Porter can't quite find him. Jenkins plays off the pick and roll. Out of bounds is the 6 seconds on the shot clock. And that gives Coach Nurizadeh a chance to draw something up. He has called timeout with 5:23 left in this third quarter. So, Coach, get your tactics board out. What are you thinking here? What's he going to draw up? Where's he going to go to?
I think based on what we're seeing at the moment, he's going to be going to Lewis Champion for a 3-point shot. I think it's an interesting situation. We're up, 4 points, middle of the third quarter. I'm interested to know what's going through Sam's mind right here in this situation.
Yeah, great to see. Will he go to the Champion 3? Will he go inside to see if he can draw that 4th foul against Force? We will see. With 30 seconds of the timeout left. Coach, you've had some summer league games with your under-16 team. Tell us about how that's been, having games during the summer months when we normally have some time off. What's been your thoughts on that?
Oh, we've been incredibly blessed to be involved in the summer league this season. We played 6 games. We haven't really had a break post-trials. We had trials back in April, May time, and we've pretty much been going straight through. And the group are already together, great vibes, and we've got a lot of stuff we would have spent September focusing on already in. We've got some of our basics in, so it's been really good to have that in the bag.
Great stuff. Training for all the Rockets teams starting tomorrow, so they'll have about a month of pre-season. But we're back on the floor here. Are you expecting anything different from Team USA? Will they go to zone, or is that probably too early in their tour for that? Let's see. It looks like.
Well, they have matched up in the zone by the looks of it. So let's see what happens. Easy change up. Interesting attempt. Yeah,
they went for the lob for Jackson, which didn't go. The lob goes at the other end, and that's a stuff. Matthew McLean high there. Puts it in for 2.
We've seen some tough finishes from McLean. He looks like he definitely can get up.
Yeah. Jackson thought about it, went to the pick and roll with Cracknell. Cracknell tries to bang one again, but can't get it to go. Champion, great stand. Lewis Champion, awesome in transition there.
I'm pretty sure if there was a statistic on it, Lewis is probably the world leading charge taker in NBL.
Yeah, closely followed by under-16 Dom Corner, I'd imagine.
Absolutely.
Averaging 3 to 4 charges a game, he loves it. So Isaac Rounds back in, which is great to see. Hopefully he can get a bit of confidence in this spell. Lewis Champion orchestrating, going left. I was going to say there was only one outcome, but there wasn't. I thought he was going to finish that one, but it's out of bounds. But really, really positive by Champion on the catch.
Seeing a very animated Shaw Kilmartin on the sideline there, demanding more focus on defence.
Nice play. Champion misses both at the rim. Porter will try. He'll find the back of the iron. Team USA get the ball, but Champion straight away picking his man up. And that ends in John Javes all the way to the rack for 2, and we're tied at 62 with just over 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Jenkins stops and pops off the pick and roll, no good. Rebound in favour of the visitors to Reading. Three ball from Forst is no good. Finn Porter picks up that one for the Rockets. Drag screen set by Jackson. Porter drives, goes underneath and gets it to go for 2. Good to see from Finn Porter returning to the game, Josh.
Yeah, Faust is also looking a bit tired and on 3 fouls. A really good way to exploit that. Nice to see.
Absolutely, fatigue could play a part in this game for both teams. Rockets early season, USA playing lots of games in a row as they go inside, and Forst puts another one in that you can see he is finding it. He needs a sub. He's calling for a sub with 3 minutes left at the game, tied at 64. Champion somehow finds Porter, little baby hook inside for 2. Finn Porter with back-to-back baskets for the Rockets. Tough one there, Isaac Round beaten off the drive by John Javes, and that will be a foul on Jordan Jackson, I believe, as both teams make a change. Cole Roberts is in, and that man for Team USA is coming out. Lewis Champion checks out, and Reece Pinnock back into the game. There's 2 free throws to come for the away team. There they are, Josh. There are the double rims. First one bobbles out.
Yeah, they're very lively.
One from 2 from the line. 66 plays 65. Rockets with a 1-point advantage. Jenkins is short on the 3-point attempt. Pinnock now defending the ball. The stop and pop from Darius Cook is good for 2, and Team USA have the lead back for the first time since the 9.5-minute mark in this third quarter. Porter, just a change of direction, long levers, lays it in for 2.
Yeah, he showed us quite a lot in these first 3 quarters. Mid-range jump shot, can put it on the floor, can finish at the rim.
Yeah, an impressive outing so far as Team USA go back inside. And Cole Roberts bundles it home for 2. 68-69, we're 1 minute and 23 seconds away from the end of the third. High pick and roll allows Jenkins to shoot, but he can't get it to go. Finn Porter keeps it alive. That's a great move and a great effort play by the Rockets' number 10, Finn Porter.
Great to see the Rockets bench up and just really getting after that effort and rewarding it.
Under 1 minute left in this third quarter, 70 plays 69. Team USA going back to the inside as the face-up jump shot from Roberts doesn't go. Jenkins. Porter playing with the handoff to pick and roll as Jenkins can't get it to go on the reverse. The outlet pass is really good, and the layup is made as we have a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 71. Ben Dixon's come back in for this last offensive possession. Coach Nurizade giving Jenkins a little bit of extra rest heading into the fourth. So, ball on the sideline for the Rockets. Reece Pinnock will put the ball in as the elevator comes for Isaac Round, who gets it to go. Great job by the Rockets, number 12. Sinks the three ball, and hopefully that'll get his confidence going as we head into the last 10 seconds. Round defending on the ball. He's charged with the foul. Tough call. 2 seconds on the clock, 73 playing 71. I think that's Isaac Round's fourth foul. Great shame there, but 2 shots will come with the USA select team having a chance to tie the ball game heading into the final 10 minutes.
Definitely been a relentless approach by the USA select today, putting quite a few of our players in foul trouble.
Absolutely, and definitely something to discuss at the quarter break in terms of managing that. 2 from 2, we've got 2 seconds on the clock, it's 73 apiece. Rockets will look to go long. Pinnock fumbles the ball. And it will be a Team USA ball with 0.8 seconds left, so enough time to get a shot off Thorney. The ball is in the backcourt. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, Coach Nurizade said nothing long, make them catch the ball as far away from the bucket as possible. They've managed to get the ball in. The three-point attempt is no good, and that will do us for the third quarter. Well, we are tied at 73. It's been a pulsating third quarter. What were your highlights, Coach?
Well, I think Lewis Champion had an absolutely epic 5 or 6 minute spell for us and really got us out of a bit of a hole. And I think he really kind of sparked us. And then obviously Finley Porter had a really good stint as well.
Absolutely. So we just talked about like foul trouble and stuff like that. So what sort of things do the coaches have to bear in mind and think about? Obviously the number of fouls their players are on, but when you've got multiple players in foul trouble, what's going through your mind?
I think you've got to take into consideration style of play. USA selector being relentless and putting the ball on the floor, so you've got to adjust the distance and encourage probably gaps, some early stunting from teammates, and try to get players not in foul trouble on the key players on the opposing team. And if anything else, hands have got to be up so the referees can see what's going on.
Yeah, really tough to do in a very physical game, but some good points there. So the Rockets will be heading, I believe, to Worthing next week. They are taking part in I think it's the Zaire Taylor Classic. Zaire Taylor has taken up the head coaching reins at the Worthing Thunder. Rockets will be facing Worthing, and Manchester Giants will also be in attendance. And unfortunately, I can't remember the other team. I think it's Thames Valley Cavaliers. I could be wrong, but I know that Rockets are taking on the Thunder. What sort of things do you think that they will come across next weekend?
I expect Worthing to have a very similar style of play to Team USA Select. Very fast-paced, multiple scorers from all angles. I would imagine a very similar type of style from them. And I think the opportunity to play against a BBL team is also incredibly exciting. You know, Dirk Williams and Ramon Fletcher are going to be some real problems.
Yes, absolutely. So Rockets are back on the floor. They're going with Pinnock, Dixon, Porter, Round and Jackson. We're going to have the fourth and final quarter. The game is tied, so whoever wins these 10 minutes will be victorious in the game. Nice back cut by Round, who finds Jackson. Round's back in the corner, fires the three ball, but he's short. And the Rockets will keep possession
I think something that's key for coaches watching or players watching is that what Summit is doing here with Isaac is incredible. He's giving him confidence. He's showing him trust. He's keeping him in the game on 4 fouls. He's allowing him to play, and I think that's massive from a player's confidence perspective.
Absolutely, and Coach Nurizade's made an early change. Ashley Kitchen's coming in, so Rocket's a little bit smaller. Finn Porter probably will be at the 5 with Kitchen at the 4. Dixon will be a relieved man after his multiple spells at the 4 last year, but he did play that position very well.
Ben's a really good decision maker.
Absolutely. Dixon back for his 4th season as Pinnock gets blocked on the 3-point attempt. No panic, says Isaac Round. 11 seconds still remaining on the shot clock. Ball inbounded to Dixon, wing pick and roll. Porter, the foul line jumper, finds the back of the iron. Round tips it but can't find his teammate. Dixon trying to play in front there, and success for the Rockets. Great defense together as Isaac Round rearranges, can't get it to go. And Reese Pinnock, almost like Superman there, flying to tip the ball out of bounds. Great commitment from the Rockets' number 5.
I think it's just been a great spectacle there. The fans are just getting so involved in the high pace of the game. It's great to see that in the 4th quarter.
Yes, absolutely. Fast-paced, lots of mistakes, a great pre-season encounter. And as you say, Coach, a great spectacle. The 2 bigs are in for Team USA as Paul Roberts flashes it home for 2. Kitchen shot fakes and drives and gets fouled.
That's going to be really important for him this year, and having confidence to make the same plays he makes at the ABL at this level.
Darius Cook, Matthew McLean back into the game for our visitors. Lewis Champion, after his hot spell at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, will return to the fold. Isaac Round checks out. Some positive moments for Isaac Round at the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of this one.
Absolutely. Hopefully we see him back in before the end of the game.
Nice out-of-bounds play from Coach Nurizade as Lewis Champion nails the 3 and gets fouled, turns to the crowd and just said, yeah, that's the 3 ball.
I think we're seeing some flashes of the old Lewis. We didn't see some of that last year, and he's looking like he's got some real confidence and some real mojo.
Absolutely, and a huge congratulations to Lewis Champion on the birth of his 2nd child over the summer months.
I'm sure he's performing on a bit of sleep deprivation for sure.
Absolutely. Chandra Cheatham is coming back into the game for our visitors. Lewis Champion will go to the line, Josh, for the 2nd 4-point play attempt of the game. Noah Johnson, one of the Johnson boys on the court there, just helping keep the playing surface nice and safe. Champion will shoot his free throw. Chatted to the ref, nothing but net. How about that for you, Josh?
Absolutely.
77 plays 75, 8 minutes 40 left in the ball game.
Faust wants the ball, he wants it back.
Yeah, nice spin inside, but great help by Pinnock. Pinnock will defend anybody and brings the ball in transition. Pinnock will fire the 3 after getting it back from Champion. It just rims out. Champion gets a hand in there, but is called for the foul. And a little bit of afters there. LJC and Chandra Cheatham just exchanging a few niceties.
I think that's just the competitive nature coming out, and nobody ever wants to lose. And people want to win, they want to compete. It's great to see. All in good nature so far.
Absolutely. Lewis Champion charged with that foul. That's foul number 4 for him, with 8 minutes 20 left in the game. Be an interesting one to manage. Great job by Dixon and Pinnock in the full court. And it's the Twin Towers inside working together as forced passes to Roberts, who gets fouled in the process.
A little bit of a lapse there. We'd seem to have solved that solution the last sort of 15 minutes.
Finn Porter picks up foul number 3. Very much looking forward to having you with us on the stream this year. The stream team ever active. We've got our man on the camera, Ralston. Fantastic to have him back with us. He's well supported by Jade Lynch, who was with us last year. Awesome to see her back. Satya as well, to name a few. 1 from 2 from the line as 77 plays 76. Nice pass inside. Porter can't get the dunk to go, but Dixon clears the glass and lays it in for 2. Reece Pinnock really effective in the pick and roll, Josh.
He did a great job finding advantage. Really good change of speed, Reece.
Nice play by the Rockets. They fronted the post and just can't come up with a ball. They've got it now as Champion. Gives it to Dixon. Dixon very smartly just holds the ball and says, let's play offense. Porter, Pinnock, pick and roll. Porter, Euro step, lays it in for 2. And USA coach has seen enough. He calls timeout. Rockets with an 81-76 advantage after some nice play at both ends of the floor by the Rockets.
Just incredible maturity there from Ben Dixon. Knew to slow the game down, set a situation up, and Finley looking like he's got a bit more to him than just athleticism. Some great footwork.
Absolutely, and just I always like to talk about younger players and learning and stuff like that, Josh, and you just mentioned Ben Dixon there. It's a real important feature, isn't it? Because we've got a lot of coaches, and the trends of the game is to play fast. But Dixon recognised when to go, when to slow, and did a really good job there, and got his team organised. Oh. That's a feature of Dixon's maturity and strength, isn't it?
Absolutely. Time situation score is such a difficult part of the game to get. But Ben's definitely got that, as well as Lewis. We've got some real maturity on the team this year from the guard position. Absolutely.
So 7:15 left in the game, as we got a little shout out from the crowd. 81 plays 76. So Coach Sammett's got 2 timeouts left. USA Select have just 1. That early timeout in the third. Interesting to see if that comes back to haunt the visitors. We shall see, but still a close game. It's a 5-point game as Pinnock, Champion, Dixon, Kitchen, Porter are returning to the game. I'm excited to see these final 7 minutes, Josh.
Yeah, the Rockets coming out with the pressure, forcing the big to have to bring the ball up. Let's see if they break the press like they did last time, or if it's just delayed.
Well, I think Rockets probably got away with that one.
Yeah.
And I think probably justice there as Finn Porter, very fortunate not to be charged with a foul in transition, but the Rockets give it straight back to Team USA. So it's as you were. Nice bit of full court pressure there. Arguably a push-off. This is a very difficult game to officiate. Kitchen was fronting the post and Champion got involved. That seems to be quite effective for the Rockets.
Yeah, I think the double coming on the flight of the ball was key. And we're seeing some interesting behaviours from Faust. He's emotional roller coaster at the moment. Let's see how he was able to retain himself and contain himself.
Absolutely. Early on was able to establish position, but finding it a lot more difficult in this second half. But a foul is called Paul Roberts is very, very aggressive on the catch. And Finn Porter will get charged for that one, which will see Coach Nurizadeh into a change. Jordan Jackson will return. Porter picks up foul number 4, but some really valuable minutes there for the young man.
It's not as easy just saying front, Finley, when he's giving up probably 2 or 3 stone to Roberts.
Absolutely. Paul Roberts can't find it on the first one, but yet Paul Roberts taking up lots of room in the post, very effective with his body. So strength is one thing, footwork is another. Roberts goes 1 from 2, trims the gap to 4. Kitchen reverses the ball and to Champion. Jackson hand off to Dixon. Kitchen and Pinnock in the pick and roll. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Pinnock's going to have to create. He does. Pinnock is called for the foul. The referee seemed a bit apprehensive to call that one.
It's interesting we talk about sort of coaches playing their cards and setting up for an end game, and you've got Samet having both Jemiah and Troy having a nice break coming into the last 5 or 6 minutes, which is a nice set of cards to have.
Absolutely. Looks like the 2-3 zone is prominent again for the baseline out of bounds against the Rockets, which has helped defend the interior there as Team USA come with the ball in transition. Reece Pinnock asking for a charge, but no, layup was good. 81 plays 79. 6 minutes and change left in the game. Jackson decides to fire the 3, can't connect. Force gets it, and the outlet is given as Team USA walk the ball up the floor and are in danger of an 8-second call, but they just get it over. Kitchen, a little bit late to there. Roberts can't get it to go.
I think Trey Jones there really doing the similar action to Ben Dixon. He slowed the game down.
Absolutely, as Paul Roberts laid it in for 2, and the USA select team have tied the game once again at 81. Coach Nurizadeh has called timeout, so both teams only with 1 timeout left with 5 minutes 40 left in the game. What do you think he'll be talking to his players about now?
I think about composure. I think the 2 advantages, taking away the post play from USA Select, but also shot selection on the other end. You know, for example, Jordan Jackson just come in the game, he shoots a 3. We haven't tried to attack the basket and draw any fouls. I think first 15 seconds of offense will be something we'll be talking about. Can we draw a foul? Can we get to the rim before we're going to be shooting those sorts of shots?
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Little frog in the throat there. So, yes, we've got 10 seconds left of the timeout. Looks like quite a calm timeout by Team USA, just setting things up. Talking about post-entry stuff. Keep working with Roberts and Force there. Jemiah Jenkins has come into the game. Looks like Ashley Kitchens checked out. So Rockets are lining up with Jenkins, Champion, Cracknell, Dixon and Jackson. Quite a senior 5 on the floor now. Coach Nurizadeh going to a little bit of experience.
Experience, fresh legs. Troy's not been on for quite a while now.
Absolutely. So Cracknell comes off the flare, looks to play one-on-one. Tough defense, gets blocked. Out of bounds is the call. Who knows which way it's going? Black ball, Rockets retain possession with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, they didn't go zone, we've got one.
Yeah, great find by Dixon to Champion. Chimpin with just a baby cut inside, lays it in for 2. Dixon with the great pass. Champion looked to have drawn the offensive foul, but didn't, and the bucket was good, and we're tied at 83 midway through this fourth and final quarter. Some pick and roll continuity for the Rockets. Cracknell will play in the post, will find Jackson, he misses, but that's a great play. Out of bounds is the call. So it's a late call by the officials. Didn't call it at the time, but that call is correct, Josh. It was right in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan Jackson did get a piece of the arm as the ball went out of bounds. So we've reached the right outcome. Team USA select ball. That is Jordan Jackson's fourth foul. Coach Nurizadeh very animated on the sideline. And incredibly, I have to say, the Rockets have been warned for flopping. That is not the first time in Lewis Champion's career, and certainly will not be the last time, but we love him.
Absolutely. But I think it also shows the bravery of putting your body on the line and trying to protect yourself as well.
Most definitely, and it's great to see players doing that as USA select have possession, 83 apiece here. USA looking to go through the low post. Rockets deflect the ball. Jordan Jackson did a good job of making Paul Roberts catch it more towards the mid-post. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Team USA have the ball just inside the halfway line.
Yeah, tied game with just under 5 to go. I wonder if we've got overtime on the cards.
Who knows, but the Rockets have stolen the ball. As Lewis Champion just slows the game down. Finds Cracknell, beats his man, gets to the rack, gets fouled. Nice, simple play, but again, Josh, Lewis Champion playing fast, slowing the game down, and then going at pace. Really good play by the Rockets point guard.
I think he was also really good in recognising how much pressure he was being put under, so he actually used that to his advantage rather than letting the defence get the advantage.
Troy Cracknell will go to the line for 2 shots. Team USA have entered the penalty, as have the Rockets, so every foul in these last 4 minutes, 14 seconds will be shots.
As Faust wants to come back in.
Cracknell goes 2 from 2, gets the roll, and as you say, Josh, Rashard Faust is coming back in. It's a like-for-like change, so coach is not going for the 2 bigs inside, but it's a great matchup in these latter stages of the game. A little bit of full court pressure from the Rockets. Transition from Team USA. Rockets get a bit of a piece to it, but the 3-point attempt is off as Champion claims the ball, but it's stolen off him on the rebound by Darius Cook. The layup first time was no good, but Faust lays it in for 2. And we are tied at 85. As Jenkins throws it away, and a great seal allowing the layup from John Javes to go for 2. USA leading by 2 points, 85-87, 3 minutes 25 in the game.
Great moments for this group earlier on in the season. A bit of pressure, some mistakes. Can we come back from it? Can we learn from it? Can we get something in the memory bank?
Dixon will fire from the corner and connect. That's a big 3 from Ben Dixon. Great find off the pick and roll from Lewis Champion, and the Rockets are up by 1, 88 plays 87, and we're at the last 3 minutes of the game.
What a game so far.
A foul is called on the play. Difficult to see who that was on. We'll find out now. So Jemiah Jenkins picks up that foul. That's his first foul of the game, remarkably. Team USA will have 2 shots. What are you thinking next offense for the Rockets, Josh?
I think they'll go to their horn set, looking to get Jamira off a pin down. They've had a lot of success with that.
Absolutely. Floor wipers are just taking care of some sweat on the basketball before 2 shots occur. And the crowd have been really treated to an exciting game today, Josh. I think win or lose for the Rockets, it's a great advert for hopefully what's to come from this group.
Absolutely. I think anytime you come to watch a game, you don't want to see a blowout, you want to see competition. And that's exactly what we've had today.
Absolutely. Just great to see Coach Nurizadeh back on the sidelines as Paul Roberts will come back into the game. So it looks like they're going to finish with the 2 bigs. So that will cause some interesting matchups for the Rockets, especially with either Dixon or Cracknell having to play the 4. First free throw is good, so the game is tied at 88.
Looks like we're going to see a press here, Ben. Faust coming down, but it looks like he's injured as well, so not wanting to play full court defence.
Absolutely, both teams in the penalty, so just a little bit of token pressure on the ball. Lewis Champion handling it. Unfortunately, he's given the ball away. And the layup is good, and that's an incredibly tough finish from Paul Roberts, who extends the lead of Team USA selector 3. 88 playing 91, 2 minutes 30 left. Rockets needing a bucket here, just to trim that as Cracknell fires the 3, but he can't connect. But it will be a Rockets ball. It will be a Rockets ball. They have kept the ball off the rebound. So will the Rockets go to their elevator here? No, they've gone for Jenkins to Champion. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Champion goes to Jackson, who will play from the high post. That's a tough finish off the glass, but can't get it to go. So 2 minutes and change left. 3-point ball game in favour of Team USA. We're in for a good 2 minutes for sure.
Big offence here. If they hit this,
3-point attempt is no good. Just rims out. Cracknell rebounds. Lots of contact in transition there as Jenkins finds Cracknell on the perimeter. He goes again. Cracknell almost rugby tackled there. It's a tough game to officiate. Unfortunately, one of the officials was unable to be here for the 3-man crew. But nevertheless, lots of contact there. So we're going for a held ball. Possession arrow in favour of Team USA. So Team USA are going to make a change as Matthew McLean comes back in. Matthew McLean, been a bit of a high flyer in this game, Josh. Oh,
so yeah, we've seen some real highlight moments from either some steals and some finishes at the rim. I'm hoping this little break here is just going to allow a bit of composure from everybody.
Yeah, we've reached the 90-second mark. It's a 3-point game. You feel this possession is pretty key for both teams. Rockets doing a good job not allowing the ball to go into the post. Almost a shot clock violation. Rockets get it. Really good. Champion fumbles it but regains possession. Cracknell's wide open for 3, but he finds the front of the bucket. 1 minute left in the game now. And squeaky bum time, as they say. A big possession needed here by the Rockets as Dixon comes over to help. Rockets regain possession.
They've got to reward themselves here. They've got to get to the rim.
Absolutely. So with 43.9 seconds left, the Rockets will have the ball in the front court with their possession, and Coach Nurizadeh has called timeout to draw something up. A 3-point ball game. This is a thrilling one.
Absolutely. I think right here with the foul situation, Rockets don't need to go for a three-point shot. Be interesting to see what sort of advantage Coach Nirazade looks to create here.
Absolutely, and I imagine any score's a good score here for the Rockets. As you say, couple of possessions left in this game. Coach Nirazade out of timeouts though. And we'll also probably be talking about the next defence and when to foul. We're not quite at the stage of who to foul yet, with scouting not really taking place for this particular game, but always something to think about during the end of the game.
No, absolutely.
And once again, anybody watching the game back from the crowd here today, it's been absolutely fantastic to see an almost full house for the Rockets' very first game here at Loddon Valley Leisure Centre. And we hope to see more of you here in the future, or if you can't make it, join us on the stream team. We will be absolutely delighted to have you and thoroughly enjoy transmitting our games. Sideline ball to the Rockets. Coach Samet quite animated still with the officials, and I think that's something we've probably said in the past.
Absolutely. Controlled passion.
Absolutely. So Dixon will inbound. Champion receives it. So Jenkins went through the elevator and tripped over. No call was made. There's a huge wet spot on the floor, that's what I can tell you. It looks like the ball will be going back to the Rockets, on the baseline. Gosh, what a sequence of events there, Josh.
It looks like they've identified Dixon as a shooter.
Yeah, the ball is going back to the sideline. Really good for the officials as well. To have to manage an end game. Not easy with two officials. So we're just waiting on the floor wipers. It's a little bit slow to come onto the floor.
Here we go.
Here we go. So that has given Coach Nirazade a real quick opportunity to just draw something up on the board. It's like a football player just having a bit of cramp.
Yeah,
so,
a bit of a delay.
Yeah, the manager can either have some time with his players or just tick the clock, but not so for this game.
We saw USA Select go to zone, switching it up last time. It'd be interesting if they do the same again.
Absolutely. So we're as you were, really. Dixon's going to have the ball at the sideline. I'm not sure. Rockets will not go to the elevator again. They will. Inbounded. Jenkins has got it. Cracknell's got the three ball. And Cracknell connects. And that really sends the crowd wild as they tie the game at 91. We've got 30 seconds left. And we're going to tie ball game. What a big shot by Troy Cracknell.
Absolutely. He was due one. Great to see.
About a 6-second difference between shot and game clock as the Rockets fans chant defense. Big possession coming up. The drive does not go. Cracknell rebounds. And it's a real mess right there. Cracknell was absolutely hounded. So we'll wait to see with 8.5 seconds on the clock what happens. 91 plays 91. The outcome is... I don't know what the outcome is. It looks like it's Team USA ball. I mean, it looked like Cracknell got a fairly clean rebound there, but we're not right next to the action, Josh.
No, I think this is why it's great. We've filmed this game, we streamed this game. Referees can look back at the game and see what happened as well.
Absolutely. So the situation is 91 plays 91, 8.5 seconds left. Are we going to have a winner or are we going to overtime? our friend Sean Kilmartin's getting up there, barking the instructions out. Great to see him on the sideline when he's packing. It is a sideline ball now. We've had lots of changes, but it's a sideline ball. So the ball is inbounded. 7 seconds on the clock. The clock's counting down. The USA team are going to play for their last shot. The three-point attempt is banked in. I think there's some time left on the clock. It's an incredible shot. It's an incredible shot. It looked like there was time left on the clock. The three-point attempt is good. We will see. We will check that. It's a big shot. Let's see what comes up here. So a lot of confusion here. So it looks like there's 1 second on the clock. Oh no, sorry, the clock is going down. We'll give you the correct time in a second. 0.7 is on the clock. 91 plays 94. It's going to have to be a bit of a heave here, Thorny. Yeah, it's a tough one right at the end. That was a contested three that was banked in.
I think we're going to have to hope Ben's done a bit of American football here. It's going to be a bit of a quarterback throw.
Absolutely. The time has changed yet again. So we now have 1.1 seconds showing. So the scoreboard actually says 91-93, but it should be 94. Everybody's getting their money's worth today. Table officials working hard, referees working hard, players, coaches. Great to see in pre-season. So Rockets will get a chance to tie the game with 1.1 seconds left. They had no timeouts left. So let's see what happens here. When the ball's touch, the clock will start. Let's see. Cracknell was going to heave it from half court. Oh, and Cracknell just misses the buzzer beater to tie the game. And that will do us, Josh, and it's been a great game. The Rockets unfortunately come out losing the game 91-94. But I think this game's had everything, and everybody will go away relatively content with the outing they've had this evening.
Yeah, great game, challenges for all. Really appreciate you guys all checking in, and I really hope to see you down at Loddon Valley soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So to summarise the game there, the Rockets faced a big deficit of much as 10 points, got it back. We're up by 6 in that second half. Team USA tied the ball game a number of times at 85, 87 and 89. But it was that last 6 seconds. Rockets did a great job, but Team USA had got the ball back. And they managed to bank in a three, which turns out to be the winning bucket and the heartbreaker for the Rockets. But they won't mind because they've had an excellent outing, 91-94. And as Josh says, we really, really look forward to having you back on the stream during this season, the NBL Division 1 season. It will begin with the trophy with the first few weeks. So we hope you check in there. But a big thanks to you, Josh, for all your input during this game. And a thanks to you guys for watching, and we will see you in the season. Great stuff.